Hey everybody, it's your girl. How you doing? I got a special project today. I'm back. It's almost been 2 months that I've been gone, and I'm back in the studio, and I've created a book bag. Yes, you know it's that time of the year, and everybody's going back to school, and this is a really cute book bag. I got the fabric when I was in Atlanta. And you can put binders in here. I put my iPad binders, books, whatever you want to put in here, and I use this as my everyday. You can actually use this actually to travel to as well. It's such nice. It's 3 different fabric choices. Like I said, I got this fabric in Atlanta, and it's Robert Kaufman. I love it. I love this fabric, and I have actually a book bag, and I haven't finished embellishing it yet. So if you get a chance, follow me on Instagram. So you can put a notebook and everything here. So when you get a chance, follow me on Instagram, and you'll see how I embellish it, because I'm not finished. I want to embellish. You know me. I want to put stuff on it. And also, I made a wallet. I'm so excited about this wallet. This, I used the pre-scored chipboard that we sell on our website at angiebstyle.com. It's the same chipboard. I just did a different style wallet to actually match the book bag, and I'm really excited about this book bag. I am. I mean, this is a really nice book bag. I am so, and when I have my stuff in it, you will see, because it'll, stand out. But I love this book bag and the bright colors, and I just love it. And so I created a wallet. This wallet is totally different, but again, I used the same pre-scored chipboard that we sell, the 8x8, and I created this wallet. It still have the pockets here for your inserts, and then the pocket for your cash here, and also you can put your checkbook. I put my checkbook, but what I love about this is that this one, I just use it and I tie it like this, and I'm gone. I have the bow on the front. I'm loving it. I'm loving this set. So yeah, so stay tuned and watch the video and tell me what you think. I'm excited. So don't forget to follow me on Instagram at Angelique Collections, and you can go over if you want to order the pre-scored chipboard. You can get it pre-scored, or you can get it unscored. So don't forget, we still have that, and we have an order getting ready to go out. We have orders going out every day, so whatever whenever you want to, if you want to. All right, so, and it's great for crafters who are doing craft fairs and everything. So yeah, okay. And I also show you how to make a wallet. Not this one, but I show you in the video how to make the wallet with the pre-scored chipboard. Like I said, go over to angiebstyle.com and you'll see. All right. Thank you. Happy crafting. I'm back. I'm a little rusty, but because I haven't been doing a lot of videos, but I'm back. All right. See you soon. So the supplies that you're going to need, the pieces of fabric that you're going to need. Listen, I'm a little rusty at doing this because you all know that I've been on a little vacation, so bear with me. You're going to need 2 pieces of fabric for your front and back of your bag, main piece of fabric. You're going to also need a piece of fabric for the front and back, inside and back. And this is a cotton canvas. That's what it is. You could use a stabilizer if you want to on this piece, but I'm not going to, and I'm going to show you how to do that. You're going to need 2 pieces of fabric for your gusset, which I already have here and I've sewed together, and that's going to be down here for the gusset. You're going to also need 2 pieces of fabric, 2 pieces of fabric for your zippers, for your zipper. Okay, and I'll show you how we're going to do that. You're going to also need another 2 pieces of fabric for your strap that's going to go on the back of the bag. So I'm going to show you, how we're going to do that. And I actually started putting the bag together a little bit. But I said, let me go ahead and show you this video. You're going to need a front pocket, which I've already cut out and started, like I said, working on this. And so I'm going to show you how I did this as well. And this is one pocket, but I'm also going to have another pocket, which I have put together. I've stitched it, but I haven't turned it inside out or put the flap on it. I'm going to show you how I'm going to do that as well. And let's see, what else do we need? Optional, you can do an inside pocket, which I did. I chose to do, and if you notice, I've used a lot of different color fabrics too. I have chose to do a inside pocket that's going on the back of the bag and the inside on the back of the book bag on the inside. And what I did here was I actually cut 2 pieces of fabric like this. I folded it in half. Like you can see here, this is 2 separate pieces of fabric. I folded one piece in half, okay, and I sewed it down the middle to make the 2 pockets that's going to be here. Then this is the big back pocket that's going to go on the inside, you'll see. And then what I did was fold the top down just to make a little indent for cards, for a couple of cards, and that's what I did here. So we'll get to all of that once we get there, okay? And of course you're going to need a little loop that I already created for the back of your bag, okay? So let's start to assemble the bag. Let's get started, all right? Okay, so the next thing we're going to do is we're going to create our straps for our book bag, okay? This measures 3 inches across and the length is 28 inches long. So what you're going to do is you're going to turn it over and you're going to press in 1/4 of an inch on both sides, okay, as shown here. Then after you do that, you're going to line up the sides, touching each side. You're going to press that down and you're going to meeting both sides just in a half, you know, press it a half inch. Press it close. You know, I still feel like I'm on vacation, right? Okay, so you're gonna press it as such. You can pin it, and then what you're going to do is stitch down both sides. Okay, I've already prepared one, so here we have it here. This is one of my straps for my book bag, and I stitched down both sides. So that's what you're going to do with that. Okay. So I'll meet you back here. I'm going to go ahead and stitch this one down on both sides, and I'll meet you back here. Okay, so the next thing we're going to do is we're going to create our front part of our bag. This is going to go on the front of the main piece of fabric where we're going to have a pocket. We're going to have 2 pockets here. Now, I went ahead and created a pocket. The size of the pockets that I actually created are, and I cut out a little template, and they are, and I created 2, 6 by, let's say 6 by 4.5. Okay. So what I did was on this first pocket, once I cut the fabric out, okay, I stitched it a ½ inch all the way around, and I left an opening because I right sides together. Look at me, I told y'all I'm rusty with this. Right sides together. Right sides together. And then I created a top piece that's going to be a flap. This measures 5.5 by 4. And what I did with this is I took to round off the corners after I drew my box, okay? Then I put this here to round off my corners, okay? You can use whatever you have to round your corners off. Now, for this one, and I did that for this one as well. Okay, so and the next thing that you're going to do is you're going to take your pocket to your sewing machine, and you're going to stitch around it, leaving an opening at the bottom. Now, this one I stitched a ½ inch all the way around, which created this smaller pocket, and I also created this piece here, which I stitched a ½ inch around. This one I only stitched about 1/4 inch around, leaving an opening at the bottom to turn it inside out, okay? And I just kind of cut off a little bit here so I can turn it inside out. So once I get ready to press it, we're going to press it, and once we press it, I'll show you what we're going to do next. And then this one, I did the same thing. A 1/2 inch all the way around. I came in a little, and what I did here is I left this opening. So what I'm going to do here is I'm going to trim around. I'm going to trim in here and make sure you don't cut yours. This is where the opening is, and we're just going to trim right at the, I have stuff everywhere, right at the, here, let me move that. And then what we're going to do here at these corners, we're going to clip close to the corners, because we're going to make sure that when we fold it in, it'll round out nice, okay? So just don't clip your threads, okay? So you're going to clip at the round part of the, as shown here. Now, I'll tell you, I've been gone for a minute. I'm like, ooh, videos, Lord. Okay, so now, and I also trimmed a little bit off of this one as well, except for this one. Remember, my first pocket, I stitched a 1/2 inch around the entire pocket. This one I didn't. So this and this second one I didn't. It's only about 1/4 of an inch. Okay. So now, since I've trimmed everything, I'm going to turn it inside out. And this is really a simple book bag. It's cute, it's simple. I'm using actually 3 different types of floral fabric. I love floral fabric. We're also we're looking at selling these. We got a little set actually that I created for those that don't want to sew. You know, because you have a lot of people that just watch the videos and, you know, they just like to watch it, but they would rather purchase. But you all know that, my crafty crafters who craft and and do things at fairs and stuff. So you know that. So the next thing I'm going to do, since I've folded everything in, I'm going to take it to my ironing board, because you always know, I'm going to press. And we're going to press this down. Now, what I did here is because I wanted a decorative stitch or just a stitch to go across this one pocket here. I stitched this before I stitched around the pocket here, and I made a little decorative stitch here too as well. So you could go ahead, press this down, okay, and also let's turn this one inside out as well, because we're gonna go ahead and just press it all down. Now, I didn't put any type of stabilizer in these at all. I just didn't want to. That's preference. It's totally up to you. That's why I'm using the lining for the pockets, and the lining, which is a cotton, is a duck cloth. And I'm using it because it's pretty heavy. And like I said, it's your preference. Once you start making these for yourself, then you'll know, what your preference is and what you like. So we're going to take this now, and I'm going to take it and I'm going to iron it. And when I come back, I will have also stitched around here as well. So you can go ahead and stitch around, leaving this part open. You don't have to stitch this yet, but just stitch around. You can do a decorative stitch like I just did a straight stitch, but what I did was I opened up my stitch as far as it would go. Like this is like 5 inches or so, whatever. So whatever your width is, the longest width, and that's what I did here. And I did a decorative zigzag stitch here, but we're not going to do that yet around here. What we're going to do is we can close it if you want to. If you want to use this as your top piece, you can always use it as the bottom. But if you want to have a stitch, what I did was I used a piece that was open to go ahead and stitch a straight stitch across here, and I just put that on this side, and then my flap will flap over it like that. So go to your ironing board. I'll meet you back here. Let's go press these down. I'm going to do a top stitch here, and I'm going to stitch all the way around here as well. Okay, I'll be right back. See you back here. Okay, I'm back. All right, so here's the two pieces I've stitched all around, and this is going to be my flap for here, and then my piece of fabric here. Now, let me tell you about this piece of fabric before we put the pocket on, okay? So this piece of fabric is going to measure, it's like 9.5, but it's actually 10 by 11. And the reason that it measures 10 by 11 is because it's 9.5 now, but I folded it over in the back, and I folded it once, and then I folded it again. I folded it under just to clean this edge so it won't, because I didn't put a lining or anything in this part of the pocket. Now, if you wanted to, you could add zippers here. You could add a zipper to this, but I'm not adding one to this one at this time. I'm not. So, and that's how and I stitched the decorative stitch. Now, the next thing I did was I folded it in half because I needed to find the middle of the fabric. So I folded it in half. And the reason that I folded it in half to find the middle is because I actually measured, get my little measuring tool, I actually measured a 1/2 inch from the center for my pocket. And from the bottom, I measured about 1 inch, because it's going to be a 1/2 inch seam allowance all the way around. So I measured 1 inch, 1.25 inches. So what you're going to do is you measure a 1/2 inch from this line to set your pocket in. I'm sorry, right here. So that's going to set about right here. I don't know what I was doing. I told y'all I'm just a little rusty, okay? So we're going to, from this folded end that I found the center, I'm going to move this over 1/2 inch. And then, of course, I'm eyeballing it a little bit now. About 1.25 inches up. Now, see, it's almost the same. I could just actually measure it the same way I did here. So what I'm going to do here, because this is going to be 1/2 inch seam allowance, it's going to come in here, 1/2 inch in here. This pocket is much bigger than this one, so I have about 1.5 inches here, and I don't have 1.5 inches here. 1.5 inches would be here. So if I want this to actually be the same, I'm going to put that on the 1/2 inch line. But see, I want my pocket to have just a little more for the flap. See, I have my flap. And this flap actually is going to be a little closer. And that's okay, because I didn't go a whole 1/2 inch around this one. I only did 1/4 inch around this one. But I do want to have some space. But I also want, so I'm not going to do a 1/2 inch from here, because I want to measure in at least 1.5 inches here, because my seam allowance, because I want it to be even. Oh, and did I tell y'all I'm just putting this together? Okay, here we go. So that's what we're going to do. You need 1.5 inches, so I'm going to put my pen here. Let me put my pen to bring that down. Eyeballing it a little bit, okay? So let me put my pen so it won't move. So now I need this. So coming up about 1/4 inch, or since I've already have it here, I can actually bring it up as far just like this. And I'm kind of eyeballing this too, okay, y'all? It's stuff is not always set in stone once you start making it. So we're going to bring this up here. Okay. And once you start doing it, you can do, you know, whatever. So I did like 1/4 of an inch here when I stitched this across. You can do the same thing if you want. It's totally up to you once you get your placement. You might do 2 1/2-inch pockets. 2 pockets that measure this pocket. Okay, I decided to do a larger pocket here. I don't know why, but I did. Ooh, I'm always trying to do something right, different. But these pockets could be the same size. Now, what I'm getting ready to do now is I'm going to go over to my sewing machine and I'm going to zigzag a stitch all the way around like this, and then I'm going to do a straight stitch, 1, and then I'm going to do 2 straight stitches here, and that's it. And then I'll see you back here, okay? Okay, so I'm back and I have my pocket on. Go ahead and give it a little press, all right, like I did. So now I got this pocket on and I have this pocket on, okay? So now you could actually put a magnetic snap here if you want, or you can use Velcro if you want. If you want to keep the pockets down, that's fine. It's totally up to you. I know that I'm going to probably embellish my pockets. Y'all know how I am because I got this idea that I want to do for mine. And we'll see how this happens. Okay, so now we're done with that part. So now the next thing that we're going to do is we're going to take, this is the front part of our bag. So we will have the front piece, as so. We will have our, it's just stuff on here, but then we'll have, I'm not using stabilizer like I said. I'm using, you can if you want to, but the lining is what I'm going to use. So what I'm going to do next is I'm going to place my pocket, my front pocket here, as so. And it just lined up right at the bottom. And you notice, if you notice, we haven't stitched anything because we don't have to yet. Okay, and this is what I like about this. It's just cleaning up edges, setting everything up, preparing everything, okay, to be stitched all together, because it's going to be a 1/2 inch seam allowance around this whole thing. So what we can do now is I'm just going to go ahead and pin this front pocket on here. Now this is going to be the front of my bag. Now, like I said, if you wanted to, you could have, right now, if you wanted to, you could have added a zipper here. So this piece would be with a zipper here, and you could, you know, zip it if you want to. I just decided to have mine open. I just want to have mine open, and that's what I chose to do. But you can actually literally add a zipper right now to this piece. Okay, about a 9-inch zipper would work here. All right. Okay, so now that we finished the front of our bag, now we're getting ready to move on to the back of our bag. Now, for the back of my bag, we got the back piece and we have our same piece for the back. We're going to turn this over because remember, what I told you is that I created a pocket. Now, you don't have to, but I created a pocket for the inside of my bag. And what I did was I took like that same pocket size that I gave you the measurements for. I cut 2 pieces. I folded 1 in half. Okay, that's the open end of the pocket, the fabric. I folded in half, pressed it, and all I did was add a piece of the fabric on the inside. Nobody's gonna see it but me. But I added a piece of the fabric on top of this piece. And this is going to be 2 pockets here. I stitched it up the middle. I folded this in, the second piece. The second piece of fabric, I just brought a piece down like that. And I stitched this all the way up, creating a card, little thing for cards, a big pocket, and then 2 smaller pockets, okay? So now, what we're going to do with that is, and this is duck cloth, I told you. You can get it in black, any color you want to, yellow. It comes in all colors. See? Okay? So now I'm going to just take my pocket, and I'm going to place it inside here like this. I'm going to pin it. And I'm not, if you notice, I'm not doing any type of stitching, okay? Pin it like this. Now, next thing that I'm going to do, let's turn it over, and I'm going to add my straps. This is my little strap that I created, the one I told you about. Remember this one? Okay. So we're going to put this, and we're going to put it at the top. And, well, actually, let me put this on first so you can see. These are actually coming in, bring these straps in about, let's see, let me look at this, about 1.5 inches. You want to keep it straight. Bring it in about 1.5 from the point here, okay? And you're going to pin. You're going to make sure that it's flat here, just like that. And you're going to bring it down here, and you're going to bring this in. See, we're going to have a 1/2 inch for a seam line. You're going to bring this in. See, 1 inch. You're going to pin. You're going to repeat this on the other side. It's like 1 inch from the top almost. I'm kind of eyeballing it too, so to make sure. And then you want it to stay straight. You just want it straight. And then you pin here. And then you take this piece, do the same thing. You come in 1 inch. Put it at the bottom. 1 inch side. Okay, and you know I got that pocket in there, so I'm like, ugh. So you're gonna pin here, okay? So we have these straps on. See, here we go. See. So now the next piece, I'm going to take this piece and I'm going to do it like this. And we're going to meet this in the middle. And I'm just kind of, like I said, eyeballing it. Put them straight like this where they meet. And pin. And you know me, I'm going off the top of my head with stuff. That's how I usually do it. Sometimes when I just get in here and start working, like I said, I'm a little rusty, but we're going to work it out, right? So we have our pocket on. We have this front piece on. We have our straps on. Okay? Yeah, we're going to take this over to the sewing machine now. And we're going to run just a real close. We're going to run a basting stitch all the way around on both of them, okay? I'll see you back here. All right, so now we have went around with a basting stitch as close to the edge as you can, and that just helps to hold things down in place. And I'm glad I did it. If you could see, got all these strings behind here, but if you could see as close to the edge as I could get it. And that is to help hold everything down while we're putting it together. And I'm really excited about that. So I just wanted to show you. I will cut my strings off eventually, okay? All these little strings, which you can too. And it helps, it keeps the straps in place. And look, make sure that you have your straps right, you know. So it helps keep all the straps in place. And, you know, so yeah, everything is coming together. So now we're getting ready to put the bottom piece together, which is the gusset. You cut 2 of these, and these measure. Let me tell you what it measures. 5. Oh, measuring tape stuck. 5 by 11.5. Okay. And what you're gonna do? You're going to cut 2 pieces. You're going to stitch a 1/2 inch, put them together, right sides together, then you're going to stitch a 1/2 inch in, okay? And then what we're going to do, and what I want to do with this is, I'm going to tell you, I'm going to go ahead and cut a piece of duck cloth, because I want this to be a little heavier bottom than this. You can actually put a stabilizer, a piece of stabilizer in here if you like, but what I'm going to do is cut a piece of duck cloth, which is a canvas. Yeah, I have no idea what's wrong with this camera, but it is like really tripping on me. Okay, so maybe it's still on vacation too. But anyway, listen, a change of plans. I'm going to go ahead and I have this heat and bind, and it's a palette, and I'm going to go ahead and try this. You know, I really didn't like this, care too much for it, but maybe it was me. Maybe I didn't do it right. I think it's the craft kind though. But anyway, I'm going to, if you have some, go ahead and use it if you want to. I'm going to go ahead and cut a piece. And so I just decided to cut it on camera. I'm just going to bring this over just a bit, like 1/4 of an inch. And I'm going to cut it here. So, you know, I said, let me just go ahead and try it. And then I'm going to put a piece of fabric at the bottom. And I don't think I'm going to use the duck cloth. I'm just going to use a piece of fabric that I had. So, yeah, let me see how this works, because I know you put it on the shiny side on the fabric and iron it. Let's see, but let me cut this because it's already. So I'm going to see how this works, okay? Now, I don't always, like I said, I'm not out. So you put the shiny side down. Okay. So I'm going to take this over to my ironing board. And I'm going to cut another piece of just regular fabric to go on top of it. Okay, y'all? Alright, so let's see what happened. Now, you could use a piece of stabilizer if you like. That's fine. Just remember to use manufacturers, whatever the manufacturer tell you to do. So that's what I'm getting ready to do with this. Then I'm going to cut another piece of fabric the same size as this piece to go on top of this, which is going to be the inside of my bag. Okay? I'll be right back. Alright, okay, I'm back. Okay, so guess what? It really worked. Okay, I'm telling y'all to do it right. I needed to first of all, put my iron on wool. And then I had to set it with steam. I had no water in my iron, and it wasn't on wool. So once I did, look, it did really well. So I kind of like it. Okay. And you can't just move it around. You got to let it sit with steam. Now this is the one I have, the heat and bind, or the craft bind, or yeah, I think it's craft bind. So anyway, you got to sit the iron down, let it steam. Move it, let it steam. Take your time, in other words. Don't rush like me. Okay, so I have that piece, and it's not a two-sided, so it's only one side. Stick with the sticky stuff on it. So now this is going to be my inner piece of my bag. Alright. I already cut a piece too for the inside, and this is actually the fabric that I use for the pocket. I think this is some really nice fabric. Really nice fabric. And I know you probably want to ask me where I got the fabric from. I got this fabric from when I was in Atlanta, and it's a Robert Kaufman fabric, and it's really pretty. And I got three different as you can see, I got 3 different prints of his fabric, but I got the flowers, so I love it. And this is how I decided to make my bag. All right, so we're going to go to the next part of our bag, which is putting the gusset in at the bottom. All right, I'll see you back here. Okay, so I'm back. Okay, so I have both sides done and everything. Now this is going to be the inside of the bag, and this is the outside. Now this is the gusset. Now let me tell you what I did. I do have a serger, but I guess I was being lazy, okay? And I didn't feel like putting thread in it. It's a 4 let's see, 4-thread serger. I just didn't feel like it. But what you can do, if you don't have one, you can put your sewing machine on zigzag like I did, and you can zigzag it all the way around. And I'm going to do that for every, I'm getting ready to do it for all pieces of the bag, and then I'll be back. So I'm going to do it for, you know, cut as much of the strings off as you can, and then zigzag the ends all the way around on all pieces. All right, and I'll see you back here. Like I said, I just finished doing this, the bottom piece, and we're going to do the inside. And it's the way, because of the way that I set the bag up. All right, so I'll see you back here. All right, so now I'm back. Okay, so now, okay, we serged all around, front, back, down here, everything. So now we're getting ready to put our gusset on. And how we going to do that is this. You're going to fold and find the middle, and this little thread is okay. You can get this off later. But you're going to find the middle of your fabric, okay? Because we're going to put the gusset on now, okay? Because you're going to have to put right sides together. Now, remember we had a seam here. We stitched this together, so that's the middle of your gusset. So you're going to put right sides together, because this is the outside of the fabric, okay? This is the front of the bag. So we're going to take this seam and we're going to line it up with the middle of the bag right here, okay? Just like that. I think that's my middle. Yep, my middle right here. All right, and you're going to pin. You're going to take it and you're going to pin all the way around. When you get to the corner here, you're going to hold it. What I do is hold it with my finger, and then you take it up, and here, pin. This is a gusset, okay? All right. So we got one side on. See that? Okay. So we're going to do the same thing that we did on that side to this side. I'm going to take it, I'm going to pin it here. I'm going to take my finger to this corner. I'm going to pull this in like that. See? See how I did that? And I'm going to pin. I'm going to pin here too. Now this is one side of our bag. And we got our gusset on one side. And what we're going to do is take it to the sewing machine and we're going to stitch around here. Okay? Then what we're going to do is we're going to take the second side of our bag, which is the one with the straps. This is the back. And we're going to do the same thing. Make sure our straps is in and out of the way. We're going to do the same thing. We're going to fold and find the middle of the bag. We're going to fold and find the middle of the bag. We're going to take it. We're going to do right sides together, because this is the bottom outside. This is the back of our bag, okay? We're going to find the middle. That's the middle, okay? We're going to take the same seam here. We're going to place it at the top right there at the middle, just like we did the other side, okay? We're going to pin. And we're going to do the same thing that we did on that side, okay? Let's see how I'm going to show you this. I need to turn it over. See that? I turned the bag over. Can you see I'm still in the camera? Okay. So we're going to take it here. I just turned it on the other side so you can see the bottom. We're going to pin. You're going to do the same thing we did on this side. Make sure the straps is like flat and in. We're going to put it here. And we're going to go ahead and we're going to turn it up just like we did the other side. Like that. Make sure it's, there we go. That's okay, you'll get used to it, you know. Line up the sides, pin, line the side up. And then basically I'm looking at this side, lining it up with this side. I want to make sure that these sides and fronts are lined up. See? See that? So we're going to keep pinning. Okay, see? See? And then you're going to do the same thing to this side. I always pull it to my corners. I'm going to turn it over again. I'm going to flip it over so you can see it at the bottom. See, that's the bottom and that's the inside. We're going to pin. We're going to take this. We're going to do the same thing we did on the other side. We're working with two sides now, so. Okay, let's see. All right. Like that, there we go. And we're gonna pin. I hope I was in frame so you can see. And I just pin it all the way to. Just use this little pin here. All right, now see, we have our gusset on. And then we're gonna stitch and then we're gonna turn it inside out. And I'm gonna show you how it looks. So let's go to the sewing machine. All right, see you in a minute. All right, so this is it out. This is the inside, how the inside looking with the pocket and everything. So now we're gonna turn it inside out. And I'm liking it. I'm liking the raggedy part of it, or, well, it looked vintage to me, okay? With the threads and stuff, I'm fine with it. Poke out your corners. I'm liking it. I'm really liking it. I'm liking it a lot. So the next thing, the only thing that I have to do now is, look at it. It's looking really nice. And like I said, I like the ragged part. This is the front of it. This is the back with the straps and everything. And the little, you know, so the only thing that I have to do now is add my zipper piece too. And these are the two pieces that I have. I need to add my zipper. So the zipper that you need for this is like a 22-inch zipper. And these pieces here are measured out to be, which is going to go on the zipper and around this piece to close it up. These are measured at, let me tell you, Lord, where's the doggone, whew, can't even, I told you I'm a little rusty, okay, 23 by 3, okay, so this is what you're going to use. You got two of these measuring out, and the next thing we're going to do is work on putting our zipper on. All right, so I'll be right back. All right, y'all, so, okay, listen, I didn't have a 22-inch zipper, so trust me, get a 22-inch zipper if you can. If you can't, I used a, let me tell you what I used. I used a 9-inch and the other one was a 14-inch. So I put two zippers together. And this is going to be, you know, where it opens at. Okay, so yeah, I know. They're not even the same kind of zipper, but hey, this is my artistic design here, okay? And I actually, what I did was I made these, I put the fabrics together and I put them right sides together, stitched around, left an opening at the bottom, turned them inside out, pressed them, and top stitched them before I put them on the zipper. So I didn't have to like turn it over, do all that stuff like that. So this is what it looks like here, okay? So now what I'm getting ready to do is actually put it on a book bag. So I'll be right back with you to show you how I'm going to do that. Okay. Okay, so I went ahead and I put right sides together. So this is the front of the book bag. And I did right sides together. So what I did was I lined my zippers up. I lined my zipper up here. And then I took it all the way around and I pinned it. I pinned it to one side. Okay, just like this. All the way here. Okay, so now I'm going to take it to the sewing machine and I'm going to stitch it all the way around. Okay, and I'll be right back. Alright, so here is my front part. So I have this piece. Sorry, I'm all out of the camera. So here's the front piece, and I have it all sewn in. It's all stitched in. See, all the way around. So now I'm going to do the opposite side, and I'm going to have to turn it inside. Oops, turn it inside out for this to do this side, and I'm going to have to unzip the zipper as well. Okay. So I had no idea how actually I was going to do this, y'all. So oh, y'all know me. I get a little creative. Listen, I didn't even know. I'm like, what am I going to do? How am I going to do this? So anyway, you're going to take this and make sure your straps is down. You're going to line this up. Now remember, this isn't lined up where it's like right, the zipper is right center. That's why I said you need to make sure that you get a 22-inch zipper, and don't do like me. So what I'm going to do is just pin this all the way around just like I did the first time. Make sure you open your zipper. And I'm going to take this, I'm going to do the same thing that I did the first time. Okay, take it all the way around. See? And we're going to take it to the sewing machine. We're going to stitch it just like we did the other side. Make sure you open your zipper, okay? And I'll see you back here. So just pin this all the way around. And then you're going to stitch just like we did the other side, okay? And I stop right here. When I stop right here at this end. That's where I stop when I don't stitch it all the way down. I just stop right here. Okay? So I'll see you back here. See? And you're going to stitch this all the way around. Make sure you open up your zipper. I can get in here and open mine. So, alright, I'll see you back here. Alright, everybody. Oh my God, it's done. It's complete. How nice is this? Look at this. And once I fill it up, you can really see how it's going. Look, it has a pocket down there. Of course, I have to clean all the stuff out of it. But look at that. It has a pocket, you know, all the way in the bottom. But look at that. I'm so excited. I'm so pleased how this came out. It's totally different, you know, than anybody else, of course, book bag. But we have the straps on the back. You got the piece that you could pick it up with. Even though I had to use 2 zippers, you know, it'll work. So, let me know what you think. I'm so excited for it. I'll take a picture of it with full stuff in it. Yes, I got my 2 pockets here. I have my 1 big pocket here. Like I said, you could put a zipper here if you want, a 9-inch zipper. I got my 2 zippers. I got my zippers here on the side, you know. It just needs stuff in it. But I love my book bag. Oh my God, this is so cute. I'm going to be carrying this everywhere. And I'm going to show you other pieces that I also created with it. All right, thank you. See you soon.